This report is all about establishing, I suppose, the baseline data about public procurement and food production in the Southwest. And then it's designed to make recommendations about how to get more regional produce directly into the public sector and on our plates.
So what is not happening at the moment that you believe could be changed?
So things that can be changed are around just the sort of culture of procurement. So making sure that it's not all about price. It's also looking at things like seasonality, local availability, food miles, that sort of thing. Then also encouraging those who are targeted within the sort of public sector procurement roles to really kind of ingrain within their sort of culture of working that they can focus on working with local producers and working with local food processors, rather than necessarily just going to the big, the large companies that can provide it all for you and do it all in-house. It's about relationships and shortening supply chains.
And this is potentially great news. I mean, we're talking hospitals here. We're talking, big employers, big councils, schools. There's a lot of big contracts. I mean, I know it sounds silly, but in the Southwest, could we actually supply much of that? And how much do you think could be supplied from the supply chain that at the moment we're not looking at?
So we are a huge producer of food within the region. And across the Southwest, really, we are, a mixed farming sector. So we can produce a lot of what the public sector requires. Much of it is going outside of the region for processing and coming back again. So that's something we've been keen to get a handle on, but also to understand exactly what it is that the public sector buyers want to buy. So just because we produce potatoes in the region, for example, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're packaging them and processing them in the right way that an end user can use them. So if you imagine a school canteen, for example, maybe they want everything, already washed, already peeled, prepared, and just ready to put into the cooker or into the microwave. So it's making sure we package it in that way. So it's not necessarily a case of the produce not being available, but maybe not being presented in the right way for the end user.
Even on the steering group for this, has this been a long discussion, and what kind of changes are we expecting? Because there are targets, aren't there?
Yes, so along with other funding partners, I've sat on the steering group for this, and it's been, I suppose, a long time in discussion. We know that we want to see more food in the public sector, whether that's hospitals, schools, prison service, MOD, there are lots of opportunities there. But actually getting a feel for how you do it has taken some time, for us to sort of begin that process of understanding. It's involved meeting with producers and having discussions with them about the barriers to accessing large contracts, which are pretty daunting if you're, a farmer in the middle of nowhere, doing your thing, keeping your head above water, and you've never dealt with this sort of thing before. But also actually reaching those small producers is daunting for the end user, the public sector procurer as well. So we've been part of that, and it's taken a long time to get to this point where we feel like we've got some robust recommendations and some thoughts that perhaps policymakers can run with and put into action. But to just sort of explain a few of those. So it's everything from the kind of culture change around procurement through to recommending, more investment in processing infrastructure, perhaps coming up with food hubs or food service centres where, we might know, for example, that getting food out of Cornwall and up the M5 is important for processing, and maybe we can identify strategic centres we could do that. Could be near Bristol, could be along the A303, sort of along those key routes where food processing can be made more efficient.